Hey folks, it's Friday. How's everyone doing? Gonna try and keep up with your comments tonight, but I don't know what'll happen. Just gonna move that a little bit.
Sam says we had Prepster Bob convinced on the city move.
Yeah? We had a few people convinced, I think, that's for sure. How's the audio? How's the video? Echo again? Echo, echo, and a little hum feedback. Okay. Still playing around with this Windows desktop thing here, so let's see here. I'm not seeing anything that could be making echo at all.
So much echo.
So much echo. Echo, echo, echo.
There's still echo.
Maybe the hum is the music. It could be. It's hard to say. I know what the echo is. There we go. Okay. I think we got that dealt with. We'll have to just see. No, I've got two things. A camera and a microphone running, so that's what's up with that. Echo is real. Okay.
Why are we looking at this screen?
I don't know. We should look at this screen here. That's where people want us to look. Okay. Well, Amanda, what's going on tonight?
Okay. Hello? Who is here? Who is here? We have Oak Knob Farm. We have Samson Farms, Hedge Apple Acres, Start from Seed Homestead, Making Sawdust, Green Acre Workshop, Almost Homestead, Start from, I already said them, Mr. John, 613, Hogarth.
Hogarth was here last week. Thanks for popping in again, buddy.
Two Wild Onions.
Mom's here.
S Squared. My mom, Ruth. And that Farmer G.
Oh, Farmer G. Hey, buddy.
And whoever is not chatting but is watching.
Yes. Did you get two wild onions there?
I think I said two Wild Onions.
Okay, well, they're tuned in too.
Thank you all for coming along and watching.
Mm-hmm.
Is my brother there, Mom? My brother had tonsillitis and had to get his tonsils removed, so I bet he's not partying tonight.
You never know. I'd probably still be partying. You just carry on for a sec. I gotta fix a couple things here.
Yeah. So what did we get up to this week? What was this week's shenanigans? We didn't get up to much this week. A lot of sap and maple oriented activities. Some more boiling for Dave during the week. I went to work. Someone retired at my work, so there was a retirement party.
Partying with ice cream, yep.
Party with ice cream, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Lots of sap boiling was going down this week. A ton of it. It's been flowing really nice. Finally, we're in those days where it just non-stop. Gusher, as Joe at Youngblood would call it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a good week for syrup.
Yeah, it's been high octane sap this week, so higher sugar than previous weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's at its peak right now, I think. But tomorrow it's supposed to go up to 10 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
So
I think the taps are going to drip overnight tonight and all day tomorrow and then shut down Sunday.
If it goes all day tomorrow at all.
I think it will.
Slowly, maybe. It'll slow down at some point because the pressure will subside. Pressure in the tree. So... But yeah, so not much to say for this week. We did get, Dave bought something for his sap process.
Yes, I did. That will be coming out in it's a bottler for bottling our syrup so that we can pass it on to folks.
Mm-hmm.
Soon we would be able to put up a link to buy syrup if you want to buy syrup. I'm still not sure about shipping to the States if any folks down there want some. We can try. It's maple syrup. Canadian maple syrup makes it down to the States. So, I mean, it should be a possibility.
See what we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22C tomorrow, Sam. Come on. Get out of here. You're banned.
22C.
Yep. You're banned. That's it.
That's too warm. That would melt like all of our snow. We have a lot of snow still. Probably still 3 feet of snow.
Oh yeah,
At
easily.
least.
Easily
In
3 feet
some
of
parts more. The more shaded, the more snow we have.
To wild onions, it all depends on the season, really. But I mean, so far we have either 14 or 18 liters of finished syrup. I can't remember. So that's like 2.
How many jars do you have?
Well, no. How many gallons would 14 liters be? Maybe 2. Anyways,
5 gallons is 20.
Oh, okay. So we've got maybe getting close to 5 gallons ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is anyone else buffering, or is it just Eric there? Hey, Doug and Wendy. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's about it for this week's shenanigans. For this week's videos.
Yeah. Just one this week.
Just one.
And it was a quick look at our saperator. And this is the syrup evaporator, or the sap evaporator that we built out of an old file cabinet that I picked up at the Habitat for Humanity Restore. So it was upfront, a little bit of an investment, mainly with the steam trays. That was the big cost with it. But, I mean, outside of that, the thing, it's not something we'll really ever have to make again. So, can't complain about that kind of thing. And let me think here, in about a 6 to 8 hour day, we're doing like 200 to 250 liters through the thing. And then we move it out of those pans and we finish it off in a separate system. So it's been doing all right for us. That's for sure.
Another thing that we did this week was...
Make sure we get to Jason's question there, too.
This wall here behind us. We reorganized which is now our cast iron pots and pans wall.
Mm-hmm. Jason, as far as filtering it goes, what you'll be looking for is basically the same thing as the cone filters that you would use for filtering cooking oil. Okay, I know for sure you can get these at like Cabela's and Bass Pro and stuff. I can shoot you a link later in Content Creators or something of what I'm talking about, but they're not handy right now, but that's the kind of thing you would want to go with for filtering it. I mean, you can pick up actual like syrup filters at TSC when they have all their syrup stuff out. We have a few different filters that are actually geared to making maple syrup that we use. But what I'm talking about those cone filters for hot cooking oil, or for filtering out cooking oil, those work just as well, and we use those just as much as the others, especially when we come down to the actual bottling.
Mm-hmm. VT Maple.
And Hunt Shack is here. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul. And Off Grid Bound is here, too.
Oh, he's got it all fixed up now. He's got his connection back.
Okay, perfect.
That's good. Hope all's going well for you down there, Eric. Haven't seen many videos coming out from you. Just a couple of the mail call videos. Mm-hmm. You need to give us a big update. Full update on what's happening down there. Dunster.
Cat's talking to us.
Yep.
And I guess next would be comment of the week.
Comment of the week.
So someone alluded to this thread in the comments before we started streaming, but...
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was, a pretty good post.
Yeah.
And apparently we did get quite a few people on it.
So we have comments of the week because we couldn't narrow it down to just one. So we decided to kind of play a little April Fool's joke last minute and imply that we were moving to Toronto for Dave's dream job of, what was it, manager of BS relations at a large bank, which of course Dave would be amazing at. And so we posted that on Instagram and Facebook, and we had quite a few people believe us. There was some supportive people, very supportive. There was some angry people.
Yeah, I got a couple messages from Rick at Old Camp Ranch there. He was quite concerned with my decision. But we got things sorted out and figured out, me and Rick.
And one of the comments I really liked was our friend Andrea posted, 1st April, the only day of the year that people critically evaluate things they find on the internet before accepting them as true. So true.
Mm-hmm.
So true. So many times people just see something and say, wow, that's true, and then share it, which you shouldn't do.
No, you shouldn't.
No.
And then my cousin Anthony, I applied to that BS manager job, but they told me I was overqualified. That's typical with Barrett's, with BS manager positions.
Yeah, and Rick says it sounds like a crappy position. Yeah. Oh, and Corey says, and the Leafs won the cup. Just about as realistic.
That's Ronnie. Corey Trevor's a little Trailer Park Boys reference. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so no, we are not moving to the city.
No, not a chance.
No, that would not be Dave's dream job.
No.
At all.
No.
No. Dave has his dream job.
That was a joke, Hogarth, yes. That was definitely 100%, actually probably like 1,000% a joke. It was April Fool's Day.
Yeah, 1,000% a joke.
Yeah. We are heading to the city at the end of this month for a few days, but...
For a trip. I'm learning I'm brushing up on my fish ID skills.
Look, Dad's on here now, too.
Where?
He finally got his own account.
Oh, my dad has his own account. Look at that.
Yep.
They're doubling up all our view time. Thumbs up, parents. We need your thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget the thumbs up. I saw something else there. Oh, I can't do that.
Open Up Dave is going to lend you his unused ties.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I might be able to weave them into a hammock or something like that.
I can make a skirt.
Jason, mail call, package. I am hoping to have the package arrive on April 20th. That's the plan.
Mm. Hey, Kathy. Thanks
Hey,
for showing
Kathy.
up. Yeah, we were just doing comment of the week. We talked about our video. We talked about our this week's shenanigans, and I guess next would be a little sneak preview Dave made for you, a little teaser.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of debate about a particular topic when you make maple syrup, particularly in places where it gets cold at night. And there's always a lot of argument about this amongst maple syrup producers, and I wanted to get to the bottom of it. There's a lot of debate out there over whether or not you should toss your frozen sap or boil it down. So I'm just going to start saving the chunks of ice that are in my buckets in a separate stash of sap. Once I've got one of these buckets full, just of the ice sap, the frozen sap that apparently has no sugar, no value to it, I'm going to boil it down and see what we come up with. This is the frozen sap that we quite commonly get here. These nights still get pretty cold. This is what people throw out. So that's just all straight out of the sap buckets. A little bit of frozen stuff, a little bit of liquid. I actually ended up saving 3 5-gallon pails of ice out of the sap buckets. The reason I did that was so that I would have a little more sap to work with rather than just having the 1 pail. So what I need to do now is just melt this down just on the propane stove here, because I would like to get an accurate number of how much liquid sap this is going to be before I start to boil. I'm just filtering out the last little bit of the ice that I melted down so that we could get a proper measurement. We got about 2 buckets of melted ice out of the 3 buckets of ice. Now, I know from previous experience, up to this bottom rim edge here is 17 liters exactly. So I'm just going to measure out these first 2 at 17 liters. And I have a 1 liter mason jar. $18. $19. $20. And a tiny bit. So we'll call that 37 liters between the 2. The only thing left to do now is boil it down and see what we get. We have been averaging about 45 liters to 1 liter of syrup, and that is with everything straight out of the bush. So I boil all my ice and everything together, and that's kind of the ratio we've been at. So let's see what we come out with 37 liters. So, there you go. What happened? You gotta... Oh, cliffhangers!
Oh no, you're going to have to watch the video.
Even Dan wants to know what happened. That video will be coming out tomorrow morning. The full-on what happened. Little bit of a thing here. I don't throw my ice away. I never have. I mean,
Maybe you're going to change your mind?
Maybe I'm going to change my mind. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
It'll all depend if we can have pancakes for breakfast or not. That will be the ultimate decision maker right there.
Yeah, because tomorrow's the weekend.
It is.
Pancake day. We have pancakes on the weekend. Not enough time during the week.
Digging the tunes. Awesome.
Tell you about the golf shoes?
I like that one too. Yeah, it was a teaser, Kathy. But, you know, I mean, just how it is. Just how it is. This is like, I have been searching high and low for videos about this on YouTube. Can't find a single one.
Someone here said that they saw one.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a couple out there, but I mean, what do you search for? Like, I searched for should you boil frozen sap? Boiling frozen sap. Even in Google searching for that, I come up with a whole bunch of like university studies and things like that, you know, they tell you a lot of different things. But videos, I haven't found one.
I haven't looked. Have you ever used the egg white filtering method, Dave? I haven't.
Actually, I only heard about that the other day from Tyler at the Stuff and Such channel.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, so Doug, Wendy, I am with the bottoms of our bottles here, like where the niter sits down in the bottom there. I'm totally trying that this year. Won't be something that we sell, but as far as, you know, what we can turn into maple sugar and stuff like that, using the egg whites to get that out is a very interesting idea.
There will most definitely be bacon.
Yes.
We should take that out of the freezer tonight.
Yeah, that shouldn't even be a question, Andrew. I'm kind of questioning you now. First, you ditched the live stream last night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could have...
Work emergency.
Yeah, work emergency. You could have showed us you running into a burning factory and saving all the kittens in there. But instead, I just paced around the house all night.
Mm-hmm. He didn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah, I didn't. I really didn't.
Mm-mm. Not at all. SSL Family Farm, he thinks.
Who's... Oh, okay. I'll see. I'll dig into their channel because I know you can search. Yeah, don't do that, Jason. Don't do that. Don't do that. I never have. I've never understood.
Or maybe do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe, but I've never understood the mentality behind that. I mean,
especially the temperatures our weather gets down to.
Yeah, I mean,
like I understand maybe if it only went to like -1 or maybe a little bit less than that.
Yeah.
Because sugar water might not freeze at that temperature.
Oftentimes I go out in the morning to collect the sap and all I have is big pucks in every bucket. And there's no way that I'm tossing that stuff. Not a chance. Not a chance. And I actually like it when it's frozen. It's much easier to get it out of the bush because you can use a sled, and if your bucket falls over, all you got to do is pick up the pucks. When you got the sap, like thawed raw sap, if that stuff falls over, you're just basically, it's gone. The snow just sucks it up. Oh, there's Caddis. And Dunster. Yeah.
Sam thinks the kitty's hungry. She's not going into where her food is, so I think she just wants attention.
Yeah, same here, Dave. Entire 5-gallon buckets frozen solid. Like, I mean... But, anyways, I have never thrown away the ice. I mean, it's like when you get the icicle dripping off the tap. I mean, as a kid, that was something you'd pull off and you'd eat because it was sweet.
Mm-hmm. Guys. She wants to say hi.
Yeah, there's a lot of different theories behind the whole thing, Jason. And I mean, it really depends on how cold it gets and how much it freezes and all of that stuff. I mean, I can tell you with the boil that I did with the sap that I saved, each bucket had, between 1/2 and 3/4 of a gallon in it. And then the top, like, inch or so is what was frozen solid. And that's what I separated out. Some of them were just slush. And as you saw in the video, I just filtered it through our little funnel filter there and put the ice into buckets and set that aside until I had enough to do the boil.
Hey, living the dream.
Hey, living the dream homestead.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we're still a little bit undecided, Sam, between Wildstead and Wilderstead. It has now been said by a few folks in various places when we visit live streams and things like that. And surprise, Canadians are saying Wilderstead. Others are saying Wilderstead. So we have to figure out how to bridge that chasm. Same problem that we had with Dan's boys. I mean, Dombois. But for a little while, it will remain Dombois, Wilderstead.
It is +1, so above freezing, and not currently snowing, but it was snowing all day.
Yeah, it did snow all day, but...
What does she want? Oh my goodness.
Oh, he probably wants out.
I'll let her. Okay. Yeah. She's very vocal, this cat. So you wanted to talk about... Oh, no, you didn't want to talk about this.
Nope.
That's for later.
That's for later.
Sorry.
That's the that's the information that people need to know, or people will get tomorrow.
Is there a meaning behind Wilderstead? So it'd be Wilderness Homestead.
Yes.
Wilderstead. You say tomato, I say tomato.
Yep.
Yeah. So Wilderstead and Wilderstead, in terms of if we went with that one and people were to say switch up those ones, isn't as bad as Dan's Boys versus D'Ambois. Like Dan's Boys is a totally different meaning, while Wilderstead and Wilderstead are very similar meanings. So
yeah,
we have some mud, but oh my goodness, way more snow. There's only really mud around the house. And
well, not even because it's like sand. Like it's not really mud.
In front of the house, I would call that mud.
I don't know. It's sand.
Mixture. Yeah.
Yeah.
A mixture. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a mixture. It's interesting because all of the water is flowing underneath the snow. Like we're on a hill. Like our house would be, if this was the hill, our house is here. So all the runoff is coming down, but it's currently coming down underneath the snow and just parting around the house.
Yeah.
Did you want to sing?
No.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Positive?
Yep. That was from my dad, Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh man, did anyone see the headstones cover of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald that they just put out? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Check it out. If I mean, Dave Oaknob, you probably know headstones. Check out that cover of Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot. Just awesome. Yeah, that would definitely make it very clear, Jason.
My dad knows the words.
Oh, you guys should do a duet then.
We should.
Right now.
No.
Okay, start singing, Dad.
No.
Sing along with Amanda. She's going to sing.
No. -20s at night still there? You're more north than I.
Yeah, wow. We had
We had a -14, I think, there at night.
yeah.
It's usually around -10 when we wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
A little bit warmer today because we're moving in.
We've been getting lazy with the fire at night too and not keeping it going, so we wake up in the morning and it's like 14 Celsius in here. Mm-hmm. But that's all right. Makes us make our coffee pretty quick and get out and get some wood chopped, get the fire going. Mm-hmm. No complaints.
No, 'cause it's usually me doing it.
Yeah, it is.
No, I think you usually do the fire. I do the coffee.
Yeah.
Split the tasks. It's good. Good team. So the road show started.
Yeah.
And he's already put out quite a few videos. A few popped out today on his usual day.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even... It probably because I was running around doing all kinds of stuff today, but I didn't even get a chance to watch them yet.
I haven't watched them yet either. I came home from work and got this stuff ready. So.
Yeah.
But
we Self-Reliant Roadshow.
Yeah.
Sam, if you are on computer and you can drop a link, or Dave, or any of the mods here to the Self-Reliant Roadshow, that'd be cool. Because they are well on their way to having some fun for the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so two homesteads they have videos for already. So
it was Rose of Sharon Homestead. Who was the other one?
Now that you're asking me, I don't know.
No.
Someone? Anyone? Bueller? I saw it. I don't know. The second one today.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Some day before today. Yeah.
Yeah, Kathy, the boat actually sank. Let me point the right way here. That way? No, that's the door. That way. 50 kilometers out. Straight out in the bay here from us. Which is pretty neat. I always loved the song. It's such a tragic story, and I always love the history of it and that stuff. I love big boats. I love watching big boats. But when we moved here, and last November, I always, like on Facebook and stuff, I always post that song up. And then I I really decided to research where exactly that thing sank, and it's like 50 kilometers out. We could swim out to there. Well, you could.
Okay.
Yeah. People have swam across Lake Superior
Oh,
before.
I'm sure. Has anyone swam across Lake Superior? I don't believe that could... No. I've heard Lake Ontario.
Yeah. And Lake Erie.
Lake Erie.
And Huron.
Possibly Michigan. But Superior?
If no one has done it, we have to do it this year.
Why are you crying, Dad?
No,
That's
well,
sad.
possibly because of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
If you like big boats, you should come up to my work. Every day I see massive freighters driving by.
Driving?
Boating by. Boating by my window.
No, maybe not in April, Jason. But,
We could walk across almost.
in August, the lake gets, a little bit above 10 degrees Celsius here. So, I mean, maybe in August we could do it. It only happens for a couple days. I know. Go get him. Yeah.
Now she wants back in.
You probably found a coyote or something out there.
Yep, this is our house.
Yeah. You're pretty much looking at the whole house right now, so there's not much room in here.
Uh-oh. Boat sank over there.
No, that's the mountain. Over there is the lake.
No, they're just making fun of your pointing skills.
Oh, well, it's like Bob. Bob has the same problems trying to point at his roadshow map. He might as well just do this. Mm-hmm. And at least that way, something's right.
One of them will be right, yeah. How old do you think my dad is, Kathy?
Oh, well. Oh, did they? Nice, Paul. Man, I have watched that video that you put out of your dogs running around with Caddis so many times now. She loves it. Absolutely loves watching it. The wolves howling in the background that you got? Yeah. Absolutely loves it. You're right, my left.
Right, left, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Glenna Marine. Thanks for popping in.
Hey.
We're just talking about the Edmund Fitzgerald. Amongst other things. We, yeah, you'll probably find the video tomorrow. We did a little experiment with boiling pure sap, ice, frozen sap, just to figure out what the deal is with that.
Speaking of which, science, would you be interested in a video that talks more about the science of how maple syrup sap runs and why it runs when it runs, and a little bit more technical background? If you would be interested in that, then I'll make one of those videos this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Just about what actually goes on, the physiology in the tree, of the tree.
Guess.
See,
Usually physiology is more like living, or like animals, but physiology of the tree.
the physiology of the tree.
Science is awesome. Yep. Okay, we got a few yeses. I will do that.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff that goes on that is still being studied. That, I mean, the scientists still don't know what exactly is going on.
Yeah. So I was reading some technical papers, and I was reading some... Yeah, I was doing a lot of reading. And it seems like we're just kind of figuring it out, and then we think we have it figured out, and then we're like, wait, but it should work this way, and it doesn't. So it's interesting.
Dad, it does walk sometimes. For the first couple weeks here, it was only a walk, and a very slow walk. Like, I mean, we're talking like nursing home walk.
What does walk?
The sap.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, but now we're up to a full, not a sprint. I mean, we've had a couple hours each day this week that we were up to a sprint, but it's just been a run. So, All right, Eric. Send Ruth our best wishes, and still looking forward to seeing. Even though it's been rough down there for you guys, still looking forward to seeing what's been happening. I mean, you know.
Sorry, what's Off-Grid Bound's name?
Eric.
Okay, I thought you said Rick for a second, and that was kind of creepy. Because my mom's name is Ruth and my dad's name is Rick.
Yeah. And in Connecticut, we met. Never mind.
We met 2 dogs named Rick and Ruth.
2 poodles.
Yeah.
Named Rick and Ruth.
But Eric and Ruth is pretty close.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something else that's been going on.
What's that?
With the Amanda likes to build things.
I do like to build things.
She does. She does like to build things. So Amanda doesn't like our channel anymore. She wants to abandon it completely, and she is going to move on, apparently, into her own YouTube stardom.
I think we talked about this last week.
We might have.
Dave doesn't think my build videos fit on his channel, so he wants me to make my own channel.
Well, and outside of that, I think your build videos deserve their own space.
Yeah, they don't get the same attention on this channel because it's just a different audience. I think a build videos would target. I bet a bunch of people. There would still be overlap, but there's definitely a different audience for them. So if I put them on the separate channel, see, this is why we usually lock the cats up.
Yeah, Dunster.
During our live stream. So I've been playing around with logos. And if you throw that up, I will go move Dunster.
No, I'll get rid of them. You can talk.
Okay.
So this is an idea that we have been working with. Or I shouldn't say we at all. Amanda and her secret boyfriends on the internet have been discussing this.
Mm-hmm. One of them is your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is kind of my idea for the lengthwise logo. Got some input from my mom as well. She suggested the flag. I will sign up for a maker interview series for sure, Kevin. I don't know if how the quality is showing up there, but easy on your grandkid. We're just letting her go where she wants to go.
Yeah.
Or else she just screams. Yeah, so I'm not sure about the hammer. I kind of like the hammer. But, yeah. So that's what we're playing with right now. Mm-hmm.
So that's a starting point. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot.
I tend to measure things, and if any word has anything that sounds like Amanda in it, I add it in anyways, so it kind of makes sense to do that for my name. So, looks great.
Yeah.
Amans. I could change it to Amans.
Amans?
Amans.
I liked the manufacturer, but Amanda doesn't like the manufacturer, so.
Well, I'm not Mandy. I'm Amanda.
Oh.
Or Amanda if you're lazy. You can say Amanda.
Amanda? Manufacturer?
Yeah, I play around without the A, the first A, so just manufacture or a manufacturer. But with the flag, it kind of looks better with a manufacturer.
Mm-hmm. And this is one of the cool things about content creators. Link drop someone. Is that we've been able to kind of talk with folks about these things, about, you know, creating a channel and what to call it. Share your logos and things like that with folks behind the scenes before you start putting it out there to the real world to see what and we've had some great feedback on not only the manufacturer but on the Wildstead versus Wilderstead thing. I know, Doug, I still want to make it with Amanda too, but I don't know.
To me, I would be afraid of attracting the wrong attention with that name.
You never know. Yeah, it is YouTube.
So, but yeah, I'm open on the name. We have not settled on a name. We haven't done anything. So if someone says something, make the A a capital but leave it small.
Ah, yeah, that might be. I want to bring that up just for a sec here again.
So currently it's stylized kind of like, like ebook or iPhone. It's always like small first. It's kind of like a new stylized way people do things, but a smaller A might work too.
Yeah.
A smaller capital.
Why manufacture instead of make/build? I think it just sounds nice with like manufacture. Maybe Amanda has a different.
I thought, it sounds like a play on manufacture. There's no Amanda in build or in make, but if you can think of a good like Amanda makes is already there. Amanda builds is probably already there. So Amanda's a very common name.
But
so
are
if I
they
want
as
to put my
amazing
name
as
in
you?
it, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't even know if they are makers. Amanda Makes is. I haven't really looked at the channel. I just saw that there's a picture of a girl and it says Amanda Makes. So.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's 2 words. Did you lock her in there?
Yeah. For the time being, he can come out in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many different incarnations of it that we've played with, Jason. Could do make by or build by. Then yeah.
Yeah, these are all possibilities.
Yeah.
I should write them all down and just kind of play around with it. But I think I'm stuck with my logo.
I'm digging the logo for sure.
Yeah.
Even though Prep Stutter Bob might put a little copyright thing in on that. I mean...
Yeah, especially if I take Paul's suggestion and put an axe in it. That would look very much like Prep Stutter Bob's.
I think actually, to be honest, Bob would probably be flattered. It would probably be Mrs. B that wanted to fight you.
Maybe.
Yeah. And actually, seeing as Prep Stutter Bob and Mrs. B are not in here tonight, there is a pizza place in Sault Ste. Marie here called Mrs. B's World Famous Pizza. That, don't give this away. I'm sure Bob will probably end up watching this thing later, but shh. That's where we're going to take them.
Oh.
To Mrs. B's.
But they're not coming over to this side.
No, they will be next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll take them
Actually, they might be in the... Anyways, when the road show heads up this way, we're going to take them to Mrs. B's Pizza. Hopefully it's good. We haven't been there.
Kevin likes manufactured. City said likes manufactured.
Ah, Citystead is here. Awesome. Thanks for popping in, Joshua.
A chainsaw. Yeah. That might work. It'll be harder to do. I have to design this logo from scratch, right? So
You could make your...
chainsaw is a little bit more difficult than a hammer.
You could make your ponytail holder thing out of a chain from a chainsaw.
Is it good pizza? I don't know. We've never ordered out pizza here.
Yeah. Well, not ordered out, but we've gotten pre-made pizza.
From Pino's.
Yeah, there's a really nice Italian shop in town called Pino's. So.
Yeah. So.
Oh, maybe Doug and Wendy popped into Mrs. B's there. Doug
There's
says amazing
also
pizza.
a restaurant called Bobblehead.
Bobbles Bistro.
Bobbles Bistro.
Yeah. Yeah, we sent a picture of that to Jeff over at Bobblehead Homestead, and he got quite the kick out of that.
But I've never seen it open, so I don't know if it's actually open anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Doesn't say closed on it, but I've never seen it open. But I've only really driven by on the weekend. You'd think it'd be open the weekend.
Well, you would think. It's in a weird spot in town, and you know what? It's right beside the high school, so maybe it's only open weekdays. Who knows? I know when I was in high school, that was my lunch. Go to the pizza shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we talked about the logo, the road show. We have more SAP to come. Yes, we feel like we're not done yet. They're still running.
Oh, with the SAP, man, I bet we still got 2 weeks. Be my guess. I mean, we still got 3 feet of snow here.
Yeah, but it's not about the snow on the ground. It's about how cold it gets at night.
Yeah, and the budding of the trees and things like that.
The budding of the trees will stop it, which I'll put in the science video too.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, honestly, it's just getting started. I'm going to let him out of there.
A nice restaurant called Embers. There's a lot of Italian restaurants here. I'd say I drive by 4 Italian restaurants on my drive into work. It's a little crazy. So this is
the one that is crazy. And this is the one that actually, out in Manitoba, we rescued this poor little fella. I mean, we lived out in the middle of nowhere there. Like, completely middle of nowhere. And last April, right around now, actually, is when... no, it was in March, when he first started coming around. Dunster, listen.
The other one's just sleeping. Yeah, and she wouldn't come within arm's reach of us. Like, if we tried... She would want to hang out with us, but wouldn't let us touch her. And then disappeared for a bit, then came back pregnant, then disappeared for a bit, then came back with kittens.
Yeah.
And then we neutered her, and...
We neutered her. We spayed him.
We spayed her.
Spayed him. Neutered her.
Whatever. She can't have kids anymore, and,
Science. But yeah.
I can never get those two straight.
He is the coolest cat, though. I mean...
She? He calls our cats he's for some reason. They're both she's.
Yeah, but he is very cool. He comes out with me all through getting all the collecting sap and all that stuff. He's always been like that. Just comes out and hangs out with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mom, she now lets... Well, more so me than Amanda. Amanda can kind of pick him up, but she gets scratched pretty quick by that guy.
Scratch just does like the toddler wiggle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A few more weeks up there for you guys. Oh, down there for you guys. Yeah, you'd be down.
For what?
Glenn and Marine hoping it for a few more weeks for them, the sap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not used to it running this long because we're usually more south when we're tapping.
Yeah, we always tap.
We would start a lot earlier, and so we'd be done by now.
Down around Owen Sound, Algoma is where we did a lot of our tapping in that little window area of southern Ontario. Mm-hmm. But definitely an extended season here. That's for sure. Because I was getting worried because, I mean, you know, you'd go days and you'd only get a little dribble coming out in your sap buckets. But now, I mean, I went out and collected today and got 60 liters. So, and all the buckets are about half full again. So that's going to be another 50 times 2 liters, 100 liters. So we might be in for a boil tomorrow or Sunday.
I have a feeling if it doesn't get that cold tonight, it's going to slow down pretty quickly tomorrow. We'll see. You pulled your taps, Oak Knob. You gave in.
Oh.
I guess it's pretty warm there now.
Yeah.
You're right, Jason.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just bugging her. You should bug her too. All of you guys should bug her. Have your pets spayed and neutered.
Mm-hmm. So we did both to her.
There was a famous Bob that used to say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess all of our animals are spayed. So if Dave calls them male or female, they can choose which one they want now. Really. They're not really either.
Well, you're not that far behind, Jason, with that stuff. Don't worry about that. It could even be us buffering. I've got the bitrate set a little bit extra low tonight because our feed, from what I was getting, was looking pretty bad, so it might still be looking bad. If it is, I'm glad you folks are still tuned in.
I still giggle sometimes thinking about Kathy that had restarted it and was making comments like half an hour.
Yeah.
It was a little confusing to start, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, it was just getting caught up. I thought she was just kind of like catching up with stuff. Which either way, it's okay.
Yeah. No, it was good. It reminded me of things that we talked about previously in the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So our phone moved.
Yeah, it's over there now.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. There. Yeah.
No, you're not going to get it right. There you go. I was thinking...
The emergency phone.
Yeah. I was thinking of emptying out the innards and making it a place we could put our cell phones when we get home. Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Just a wooden box.
Now, I want to point something out here, folks.
Uh-oh.
Cabin Life with Glenn and Maureen. Okay? If you guys want a fun live stream to go and hang out on, subscribe to them. Also check out their videos. I mean, they're equally as awesome. But their live streams, games, and Glenn's music that comes out that is just played throughout the live stream, all of it. Love watching them. We were silent watchers on their live streams for quite a while. We didn't chat or anything. We didn't really chat too much on many live streams until we started doing our own. But that is a fun stream to tune into. So those guys, they're in the chat here. Cabin Life with Glenn and Maureen. Especially for the Canadian folks. I mean, it might be kind of hard to follow if you're not Canadian, but I mean, they got people watching from all over the world, so Dunster.
Mm-hmm. Andrew says that sounds like a build video.
What's that?
My phone thing.
Yeah?
Phone conversion. Phone to shelf.
You still have all the pieces, too. Like, there was a crank motor that came with it. And
There's a working crank motor. It's all in there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was actually the phone out of my grandparents' old house. I wouldn't be surprised if my mother actually used that phone when she was really young.
Party line.
Party line phone. Anyone remember the party line phones?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the party lines were kind of like YouTube way back in the day.
Yeah, everybody got to spy on everyone's personal conversations.
Yeah, you could just pick up your phone and listen to whatever you wanted to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys, your streams are absolutely awesome. And don't worry, I've now figured out the secret words game.
Yeah, Dave was having a little bit of an issue last time. They wanted him to say 1, 2, 3 and then say a secret word, but he thought that saying 1, 2, 3.
Then Glenn said 1, 2, 3, and I was like, okay, well.
So he kept on putting up the secret words when everybody was looking.
But I got her figured out now. Mm-hmm. So I got some good words to pop in there, that's for sure. What are we at? We're at 8:54. Is there anything folks want to talk about or anything like that we haven't got to? It doesn't matter how many times you ask. We're not going to get to the frozen sap boil, the end of that. That's to be continued. That's a cliffhanger. You're going to have to tune in tomorrow to figure out what happened with that. It might have been a waste of time. Might have been.
Phone numbers were only 4 digits back then. That's crazy. 4 digits.
Yeah.
Easier to remember.
Yep.
Yeah, now they're 10. If you include the area code. 11. If you include the country code.
How old is our house? Our house is 4 years old.
It's really new.
Really new. Which was a big factor in why we purchased this particular house on this particular piece of land.
Mm-hmm. We've had some very old houses. In Guelph, we had a house that was built in I had a house that was built in 1876. Our house that we had together was built in...
Which one? In Maumee?
Yeah.
1909.
1909.
1909, that one was built.
And they have character, but also a lot of their own issues. And this one was built, 2 code, great thick walls, and
2x6 walls upstairs, and in our crawl space. Dunster, you can go out in a minute, okay?
Yeah.
This house was basically built to be off-grid. I mean, I really think that is what the fella that built it was going for here. Totally. I mean, Dunster.
She just wants to talk. We're talking.
Do you want to come up here?
She wouldn't let me grab her. Yeah, so it's quite new. But that phone is from a house that wasn't that old either. The farm? When did your grandpa build the house at the farm?
Oh, well, that one was built in the 80s, but the phone came from the house up the road. The original farmhouse cabin that they had.
Should be much older.
Yeah. Much older, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, that man, Doug and Wendy, that was so crazy seeing your post on Instagram the other day, because I totally was like, wow, I know that place. And I haven't been down there for a while. I guess the last time probably I drove through Harriston was actually maybe November when we were down there. Mm-hmm. I probably drove through Harriston to get down to your parents' place there. But yeah, totally recognize the place. Hope, fingers crossed, everything goes well for you guys with the offer you got and all that.
300 years ago.
Wow, in Black Creek Pioneer Village. Crazy, Paul. I know exactly where you're talking about. Down Mississauga, Milton, down in that area.
That would come with its own issues, for sure.
Yeah, Jason's in a pretty old house. Start from seed there. But, I mean, you've been doing some good work there, and things are changing. It's getting itself updated. Dunster. See, this is Dunster.
See, I can pet her. Now she's doing the toddler thing.
It's hard to say what he wants, because he sits here and he looks out the windows at the coyotes. And it's hard to say if he wants to go out and play with them, or if he just is trying to alert us that they're out there. I don't know.
I haven't seen any coyotes yet. Well, I've seen coyotes. No. I've seen them on trail cam.
You've looked out that window right there.
Oh, I did see one. Wow, my memory is failing me.
Yeah, they come around a lot more often than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is almost 9 o'clock, so we should finish this up, let you guys get to your Friday evenings. Thank you for coming along, everyone. It was great to see you all. Yeah, check out the video tomorrow when it drops, and check out what happened and how much, or if we got any syrup from it.
Yeah.
And
I'm still on the fence as to whether or not we should save the ice.
Oh yeah, he's on the fence.
I'm totally. At this point in my separating career.
Yeah. That's great. Glad to see you here, busy little house. You're busy, right?
Yeah. Have we got everything here? I can't really scroll through any comments here, so.
I think so. Loves your beard.
Thanks, Happy Colorado Homestead. I had to trim it up the other day. I was starting to get tangled up in when I was going out to get sap. I was getting tangled up in the friggin' sticks and the bushes and stuff out there. So I trimmed her back, and I haven't had that problem the last couple days. Jay, Almost Homestead, you have a good weekend too. Kathy, you take care as well. Everyone, thanks for coming along tonight on the journey. Till next time, see ya.